Hey everyone, this is Dawn and welcome back to my channel. So it has been a minute since I've come on to share a video. I think it's been a couple of weeks. So I just thought I would come on and share a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I have not really created much here in the last couple of weeks, and I really haven't had much time. And if I've had time, I've just been too tired or uninspired. So I think the last time I had chatted, I said I was going to a little Stampin' Up! Party that my sister-in-law was hosting, and it was a little pumpkin party kit. Her good friend that's a demonstrator had put together the event. We paid $25 for the kit, and there's still a number of card-making supplies in here, and I think this great little envelope with the pretty stamping. That had some goodies in it, and I loved the little sequins, and you got the tape and the glue dots and all of those good things. And then we made 4 cards, I think. We didn't put anything on the inside of them. I've got tons of sentiments I can add on the inside. So these were the cards that we made. I love these layering trees, so pretty. And this little bit of flocked element that there's a tree and an ornament made. And this here color was very pretty. It was pecan, something pecan, which was really pretty. Very nice color. And I loved the snowflakes on this paper here. I think this one's folded that way. So those were the few simple cards that we made that day. So that was a lot of fun. And then I did get one small order from the Frantic Stamper. Now, they do have a note. They're trying to retire, so they've got some really good deals going on over there. And the main reason I went in search of was this sweet little Snowman Angel, and actually that's the name of it, Snowman Angel from Cottage Cuts. I went looking for this on Instagram. I believe it is Robin Warren had made a darling little card, and I went looking for this, and such a really cute die, CC 1250, scrappingcottage.com. This was so adorable. And then I think this was normally $20, and this one was the most expensive. That was on sale for $15. And this here was like $4. Black tabs, Open Studio, extra thick gold foiled greeting tabs. And if you notice, they're not all the same. They have different fonts. And then you're getting a lot of glare here. The gold foil sentiment, but merry and bright, happy holidays, warm wishes. I thought there was a Merry Christmas on here, but I don't see one. But 40 black tabs, and something like that's pretty simple to make, but for $4 and you get 40 of them, I thought this was really great. And then each of these were like $7 or $8 each on clearance. This was a Nordic Bell. I've seen beautiful samples created with this. So this was from Poppy, and yeah, that's the name, style 2638. And you get the 3 parts of the layering parts for the bell, and then the little parts to the bell on the inside there. But I've seen some really wonderful things done with that. I've had this in a cart before, so when I saw it on sale, I decided to pick that up. And then last but not least, I got this Picket Fence Joy to the World die set. And right here you can see it's got the kind of a large skinny joy to the world, and I thought that was just really, really lovely. The joy measures about 2.5 inches by less than 2 inches, maybe 1 3/4, a little more than that, but I thought that was really lovely. Don't know that I'm going to have time to be able to use these this year, but I would definitely like to continue some holiday crafting and Christmas crafting throughout the year, so glad to pick those up. And then I did do a little bit of thrifting, and here's a couple of interesting items that I picked up. This is a large, not too large, but a nice kind of oversized, medium-sized jar. It's got this word Crofton Mason jar, but I love the size of this, and it's got a good wide top, and I do have extra buttons and things laying around. $2.99 that was, and I thought this was a really great jar, so I love to pick up some jars. I cannot get that lid on, so we'll just set that aside. And then I picked up, I had near the register, like with the jewelry pieces, hope I didn't crack that, this was 99 cents, a little candy cane pin. And then this bell, this one was $3.99, but I thought these could be great in some journals, or you could just wear them as a pin or whatnot. I love Christmas pins. And then last but not least, I got this, oh gosh, I forget what the word is, like a memory storage type of thing. There was actually somebody's like, it seemed like a school project, like with dinosaurs or something like that on the inside, but it's got, you know, the depth here where you can add something that's not flat, and it's got a little bit of scratching here, but you can probably color that in with like a furniture marker or crayon. And then it's got the pretty great closure, and then you can hang it, or it's got the picture stand on the back. But that was really great for like memory keeping or whatever you want to put in there. I thought that was wonderful, so I was excited to find that. And then a little random item. I was shopping in TJ Maxx a couple weeks ago, and look at this great cup. I like to take my cup of coffee in the mornings. The brand here is Clementine, but it's like cream and like gray tones, and I just thought that was so wonderful and festive. So I've been enjoying drinking my coffee in the office here, but the trees and the Santas and the sleighs, and look at the sweet deer. So fun. The holly, little pieces of fern. So fun. Anyways, I am loving this cup. And then a couple of other things I will share. When I was decorating our Christmas tree, which I put a picture of over on my Instagram, and my two youngest grandchildren are 2 years old. One turned 2, Ivory did, in mid-October, and then Benson turned 2 December 5th, so not all that long ago. And I have an ornament for my other grandchild, but there was a lot going on when they were born, and I realized, and it's been a couple of years now, and I was like, well, I don't have ornaments for them. So my granddaughter Ivory, I've always called her Peanut. So I found this, I think, on Amazon. I just did a Google search on peanut ornaments, and she's a good size and a good weight, and how adorable. It doesn't have the year on it, but it says Peanut. And when I showed my daughter this, she's like, Mom, I need one of those too. So I got each of us one. Isn't that darling? And let's see, Ivory, my little Peanut, they just sent their little Christmas card here. Can you see her? She's so cute. So she's the Peanut. Little riding horse. That was their great Christmas card. And then Benson, he's the one that just turned 2 December 5th, but the year he was born, 2023, I went on eBay, and this was a Hobby Lobby ornament that I found. It was still new in the package, and it's got the year 2023 there, and it was the frame where you could add a photo. And so when he was born, when we went up there, they had a little small an airplane museum there, and they actually had a Mr. and Mrs. Claus, and see how wonderful they are. And look at Mrs. Claus's face. I know I've got some glare in here. She was so excited to hold that baby. She's like, he's the youngest one I've ever held. And I had these made down into a smaller size. I was looking at some of my photos, and here's his brother, one of his brothers. Griffin is 10. This was a couple years ago, but I had it made smaller, but there was too much space between the two of them to use. And then here's my mom that was on a trip last year holding him. And then this one here was darling too, but it was the side profile, but I ended up using this one and had it shrunk down. And so that came out so cute. So I got Benny an ornament and Ivory an ornament. Aren't those darling? So these just made me so happy. And then last but not least, I have a couple of books that I will share. I stopped in at a yard sale recently, and I got this book, The Heart of France. I was just walking around, and there wasn't really anything that interested me. And I stopped to pick up this book, and they had a cookbook also. But this is from the editors of Victoria Magazine. I don't think I've ever gotten a Victoria Magazine, but The Heart of France. It had beautiful pictures in here. Let me go to some of them. Look at that wonderful hutch with all that food on it. But like, look at the storefront here. So really great things for journaling. I love the blue and white bedding here. Look at the stacks of fabric. It's a beautiful home. Look at this. Clothing and fashion, artwork. But really, really pretty pictures. There was some other ones in here that I'm not seeing right now, but Get the bunch of lavender. But I thought this would be great to add into the stash to have to cut up for journals or things. And she was like, well, if you want it, you can have it. And I was like, really? So she just said, take it and enjoy. And I did. How nice of her. Look at all that beautiful plant. Oh, there's a bird here too. Anyways, this was really, really lovely. And then last but not least is one other book to share. I believe I was watching Angela. I believe she's the Traveling Crafter. I have to remember and add her channel down below. And I think she does sales sometimes too, a lot of books. And she was sharing this Take Joy. And I don't know, I'm sure I've probably seen her artwork before, but Tasha Tudor, this is the Christmas book, but she's the illustrator. And I went over on eBay, and right now these are all kind of like $35 up to $100 or more. The copyright was 1966, which ironically is the year I was born. But she was sharing this book, and I got this on eBay. It was $8 or $9 with free shipping. And it took a hot minute to get here, but not too bad. And I'm just enamored and in love with the images. Look at, they've got, I think the book is broken down into different sections. Look at these sweet angels. There's carols in the back. I think there's some of her stories, but all of her illustrations are wonderful. I've ordered a couple of more things, 2 more books to come. Some little poetry. I just love these kind of things. Now, she also illustrated The Wind in the Willows, and I don't know if she's the one who did the normal or she did a version of them as well. That one of the ones I've also ordered is The Secret Garden, so that one I think comes on Monday or Tuesday. But I'm excited. I love the Secret Garden movie, and I've always kind of wanted to do maybe a Secret Garden journal. And some of these pictures are colored. Some of them are in black and white and are sketches. So, and I love that this has the library pocket in there. You can peel that off and use it. But right, I think all of these right now, there wasn't anything less expensive than $35 in this particular book. But I figured after Christmas I might look at more. And I kind of wanted to use this for journals, but I kind of want to put it, I do have some Christmas books that I put out each year, and I've got a little stack where I put them on the table and you can look through them. And I thought I might actually do that instead of actually using it. I'd like to get another one that's maybe not in as great condition. And it's a large book too. There's many, many pages here. It's really thick. Yeah, it's over 150 pages. Just look at the simple detail. It's just beautiful. Just beautiful. But anyways, I was just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling on there and looking at the different books. There's some scripture books and first prayers and fairy tales. But there was also A Night Before Christmas. That's one of the ones that I did go ahead and order tonight, of Tasha Tudor as the illustrator. So I think that's everything I've got to share. I thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. Definitely appreciate it. Wish everybody happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and I will see you in the next one.